The top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee is asking the Trump administration to do some explaining about recent immigration enforcement actions. Maryland Representative Jamie Raskin, along with Washington Rep. Pramila Jayapal, sending a letter to Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and the acting director of ICE, claiming they continue to unlawfully detain U.S. citizens. NewsNation's Alex Caprariello is live in Chicago with the very latest, Alex.
Yeah, so we know that there's been a lot of backlash from communities all across America when it comes to immigration enforcement. But now we're seeing this growing chorus of lawmakers who are really questioning the tactics that ICE and Customs Border Protection are using when actually going out there and doing their roundups, especially now that we are seeing more and more reporting emerge about American citizens actually being detained in these operations. So, two ranking Democratic members of the U.S. House of Representatives penned a letter to DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and Acting Director Todd Lyons, writing, DHS and ICE continue to wrongfully detain U.S. citizens, sometimes with violent force. This lawless detain first, ask questions later approach to immigration enforcement is terrorizing communities all across the country. In that letter, the lawmakers actually provide specific examples where they learned accusations that American citizens' rights had been violated, like the case of George Rett, an American Army veteran who claims in the Atlantic that he was pepper sprayed, cuffed, and then detained in a jail cell for 3 days without being allowed to call his attorney. The lawmakers also say 67-year-old Roderick Johnson had his door broken down, was dragged out and zip-tied for 3 hours during a targeted raid on the south side of Chicago. In fact, NewsNation was given access to film that exact raid back in September. And our very own Allie Bradley asked Gregory Bovino that exact night if American rights were being violated after hearing people shout that to ICE agents. Take a listen to how Bovino responded.
We're not violating the rights, we're making it safe for them so that they can live in a safe and secure neighborhood. And, you know, there's no rights been violated today, just the saving of lives.
DHS has already responded to many of the examples lawmakers are actually using in this letter, like the case of George Rett, that Army veteran. They say he became violent, refused to comply with commands, and used his car to block traffic. And so DHS says anyone who obstructs immigration enforcement, especially if you are a U.S. citizen, well, you're no different than anybody else. You are also subjected to arrest. Department of Homeland Security maintains that, of course, they are going after the worst of the worst, and they actually provided some very new numbers just yesterday. They said that more than 2 million illegal immigrants have left the United States already, more than 500,000 have been deported, and more than 480,000 have actually been arrested by DHS. Nichole.
And Alex, some new developments in that series of court cases and lawsuits here in Chicago. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, this was a big deal yesterday when we were looking at this judge speaking directly to officials with both ICE as well as Customs and Border Protection. They are the two main agencies that are carrying out immigration enforcement here in Chicago. Number one, ICE confirmed that there have been at least 75 arrests all around Chicago, primarily American citizens for obstructing immigration enforcement, what I was just telling you about. They weren't able to say, however, how many people have actually been charged or prosecuted. Also, there's now a mad dash to find and save any security footage from outside that Broadview immigration facility, the one that's been at the center of a lot of the controversy. It's possible that all of that footage actually has been deleted because ICE says that there was never any mandate for them to actually preserve that footage. And then finally, the judge ordered that more federal immigration chiefs like Gregory Bovino, as well as Russell Hott, who's actually stationed in Washington, D.C., that they can actually be called in for 2-hour depositions, so that way both sides can continue to hash it out and try to fight over exactly what enforcement looks like in Chicago and what is proper when things get out of hand.
All right, Alex Caprariello live here in Chicago. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.